Hi, what's up, dudes? So I'm hanging out here at the Gooseberry Yurts again, and I'm gonna head out on my favorite trail here, South Rim. And I've ridden it a couple times with Kenny Jones, the mayor of Gooseberry, the yurt guy, but I've never ridden it clockwise, I guess up to the point on the single speed. This will only be I think my third ride on the single speed out here. And it's sort of like Zen Trail. I see 3 wicked had pads, like really almost next to impossible spots on the single speed for me. I mean, not for an amazing person, but you know, just for a little old me, yeah, maybe a problem. But yeah, there's Rattlesnake. It's a little like zigzaggy canyon thing up a wall. And then there's some little just silly thing that is very hard on the geared bike. I'm gonna see if I can get up that. And then there is Gooseberry Point, which I did make the other day with Kenny's coaching. I'll link to that video in the description or maybe up there. I always forget to do that, you know, just whatever. Scroll back a few videos, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna put on the knee pads and the walking shoes and go and get rock right on the single speed on Gooseberry Mesa, dude. Let's go. Just gonna do a quick couple miles with the dog kids. Yeah, just need to get them out for a little bit so they can have a nice nap while I go out and ride. They're good kids. That's a Kenny line. Just a ribbon of transition on an otherwise 4-foot high sheer wall. Yeah, that one's just kind of a mind freak because it does look vertical, but somehow it works. I don't know how. Magic. Kenny magic. All right, so there's this thing here I do to make sure I'm firing on all cylinders. All 5 of them, dude. But this thing, it is just, I don't know how, like, where's that? Just about 3 feet. I don't know, I like to jump on it. I can't jump off of it, but I can sometimes jump onto it. I couldn't do it yesterday, so look, somebody's little pedal boot, the crank boot. Couldn't get it yesterday, so I'm gonna try it just to make sure that I'm on firing, dude. And also, I mean, not for nothing, but I am over 50 years old now. Hey, and sometimes I just want to make sure I still got it, dude. My dick. Yeah, that was better. Yeah, that was better. Still got it, dude. All right, so I actually forgot about this thing. So this is gonna be tough. This one is tough on the gear bike, but if you know the line, you can kind of, you know, zigzag up. The thing is, I think most people don't know that you need to zig that way and then that way. But I don't know if it's doable on the single speed. Kind of forgot about this one. So maybe there's 4 things that might be problematic for single speeders on the South Rim clockwise loop. Yeah, this looks intimidating once you're on the bike. Momentum in. Okay. Whew. Man, never hit my knee on my fender before. All right, so this one snuck up on me. This one I think is going to be one of the more difficult parts. This is trickier than it looks, even on the geared bike. I've definitely had trouble on it before. I think I've done stuff where I maybe come up the right side, and then the issue is you've got this off-camber. That this is very ledgy, and but this is where you have to kind of trust your tires and just, or you're falling into a bush and then hopefully not. much farther than that, because that could be bad. We're doing Rebel Rampage out here, dude. We're just old XC dogs messing around on single speeds. Whew, okay, let's see what we can do here. Because I think on the geared bike I've been able to kind of pick my way up the middle, but single speed I need momentum, so I gotta go up right side. There's gonna be no bailout. Oh shit, pretty close, but yeah, here's the problem, is that off-camber, the off-camber, my favorite cheese. You get the idea. That's the crux. That's the problem. I don't know if this is captured it, but this, I have to put the camera right here because this freaking off-camber. Whoo! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh. More momentum. Oh. All right, so this one is the one I was most concerned about. This I think is called Rattlesnake, and it kind of has, it's got this, you know, you can't really get momentum. I'm usually doing this in third gear on the geared bike. You kind of have to pick your way up all this stuff, and then, whew, I have to come back when I don't have bloody stumps for legs. The problem is you have to go up this, and then it's this real jackknifey move where you have to go across and then up this little hump. And so it's really, I mean, on the gear bike, it's hard to get up over here. I mean, it's legit to do, you know, some hops or a nose pivot. The only people who think that's not legit are people who can't do it. Hey, and you gotta go up this, and then, I mean, I mean, if you're really fit, it's not as big a problem, but you come around this corner and it's kind of almost like this Gooseberry Point move where you just gotta blast it up this, you know, it's much steeper than it looks, trust me. So you're like, wee, I like the stairs, and then you gotta go up that. So yeah, that's actually the part I'm least worried about. It's usually, this is the frustrating part. Oh, that's rough on that. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh shit! Overthought it. Yeah, I might just have to do this in parts today. You don't want to start too far back here. Jeez. It does look different when you're not totally gassed, though. Oh shit. Woo! Okay, that's why I wear the walking shoes. Oh shit. Chris Johnson wouldn't count that. No ride away, no clean. Okay, that was legit. Don't get that feeling out of the e-bike, dude. Being gassed at the top is a factor. Shit! Alright, that's all. Oh my god. Barely. Alright, that's the whole thing. Oh my god, that was my El Toro. God, it's hard. We are that. Shit, I kind of thought it was impossible. Yeah, so I thought the crux was really going to be this, but once I committed to just doing the nose pivot, just so I could get those couple pedal strokes in, because you can't do it in a super light gear like you do on a gear bike, where you can kind of just make it up as it goes. It's a crazy make 'em up. But yeah, this I got I think I got it every time. And then this I just, man, the setup, because I mean you're coming along a cliff edge here, so you can't go so wide, and it is just, is your turn arrow, but it's just like so jackknifey, and then it just feels like your gear is so big, and I had to kind of use every bit of road going off to the left there, and maybe lower gear, or like better legs could have gone straight up it, but it's like you got no momentum, dude. No momentum. I was gonna wait to get to Gooseberry Point to have a snack, but I'm gonna have a Coke and a pancake. Snack of champions. Alright, so this rolled up to Gooseberry Point. I don't know that this has a name. This little wall that goes up to the point here. Pierce's line where he rode up the wall. Insane kid. Oh, at least you know the sun's low enough now where it's not totally blinding me through here. So this is actually nice. Yeah, so I did this the other day with Kenny. This is sort of, it's a lot like that closer move on Rattlesnake, but it is actually, it's easier, which I didn't think, huh? Yeah, I just hadn't done Rattlesnake on the single speed. But here I did this the other day, but not as tired as I am now. I just feel like after cleaning those other few moves, I feel like this is kind of just gonna put like the stamp on it. Like I conquered Gooseberry Mesa, dude. Whatever. The sun is totally blinding until you're in that little nook there. Wow, I did not think I was coming out of that one. All the track. Okay.
Right back.
Oh, have a good one, guys. Said it before, I'll probably say it again. One of my favorite things in the world is coming down North Rim to Windmill Trail at golden hour into sunset. And that's where I'm headed. That's the Yurts. That's one of the sweet things about staying at the Yurts is I'm coming home on single track, going towards Zion. Hello, Baba. Hello. Oh, That's not for you. I'm back at the Yurts, and I feel like that was a great success. It went better than expected. I like to have low expectations, and then you know, surprise myself. It definitely felt super good to make a bunch of those moves on the single speed, and you know, hey, get Roo, leave it. Yeah, it was definitely super freaking challenging on the single speed. I mean, it's challenging anyway, and I thought it would be impossible on the single speed, but it was just barely doable by me in my current state. Oh, and by the way, I'm running a 3220 still, and so that's, I mean, that seems to be a good gear for me. Lots of questions about single speed gearing, and it really is just like what's best for you. You know, you just don't listen to other people, especially don't listen to me. You know, but 3220 works for, you know, we're living up near Pack City, dude, and Heber, you know, going up, you know, these huge climbs. 3220 works great, and then you know, not a lot of pedaling on the downhill. And then you know, for this up down techie stuff, I don't think I'm going faster in a bigger gear. You know, it allows me to just barely get up stuff. I think you know, it's kind of a trade-off, because it's like you can't get as much momentum if you go with the lower gear, but then you're going to be able to bail out easier. You know, you can have the lower gear to crawl up stuff. 3220 for me is kind of like the good, like, middle gear. It's kind of like enough momentum and then low enough so I can just barely squeak by and get out of some of these crazy moves on Gooseberry. But I freaking love it here, and it's awesome to stay here at the Yurts and then come back and enjoy a beverage and look at Zion. It's pretty sweet. I highly recommend it. All right, thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Definitely the walking shoes are so key. I want to be wearing freaking tap dancing shoes, baseball shoes, as the security guys would say when I was a messenger. Yeah, why do you guys wear those baseball shoes, dude?